Hello and welcome to The Track. The Track is a go-kart amusement facility just outside the northern boundary of the city of Myrtle Beach. It has two major go-kart tracks that utilize electric go-karts, a little bit different than the Broadway Grand Prix, which is still gas-powered go-karts, and we'll get into the details about those later. In order to ride anything at the track, you have to purchase points and put them on a card, very similar to the modern-day arcade. Points range about $1 a piece, depending on how many you get. If you get 50 points, you save $5. More you buy, more discount you get. The most expensive ride at the track is going to be the two go-kart tracks, and they are 12 points a piece. So if you don't apply any discounts, it's $12 a ride. $12 a ride for a couple minutes around the track. Let's take a ride on the mighty Myrtle, one of the two tracks here at the track. And I'll tell you a few things about it and compare it to the Broadway Speed Park, since that's the other major go-kart track in the area. First and foremost, this place is much newer. It's only a few years old, and you can tell it's very clean, it's very organized. The carts seem to be maintained on a regular basis, and the overall experience is fresh. It feels like this place just opened recently. Once you get out on the track, you're going to notice a few things that are very different from the Broadway Grand Prix. Being electrical go-karts and being controlled what seems to be wirelessly, they do throttle. As you go down hills, they seem to slow. As you go up hills, they seem to speed up. So keep that in mind. All the carts are not equal. And now that's a similarity with Broadway Grand Prix. Every vehicle is going to have its level of wear and tear and its efficiency. So just because someone's beating you on the track doesn't mean you're bad. It just might mean that their car is faster than yours. Now, going back to the price structure of the track as we ride the mighty Myrtle, that's what all these clips here are from. $12 a ride. Couple laps around this track, a few minutes. That's what $12 will get you. If you go to the Broadway Grand Prix, you pay approximately $50 and you get all day long. I believe they have 5 tracks as an adult that you could ride all day long. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a full day of racing, you might want to try the Broadway Grand Prix as opposed to the track. But if you have a small window of time and you just want a really unique experience going, 3 stories in the air on a go-kart track, give the track a try. As long as you are taller than 4'8", you can ride the mighty Myrtle yourself. Of the two tracks, there's the Wild Woody and the mighty Myrtle. I'm going to say that the Wild Woody is the better of the two tracks. The mighty Myrtle is fine, don't get me wrong, but it's a very repetitive track. You spiral around upwards for 3 stories, go across, spiral downwards, rinse and repeat. So it's a very repetitive track. When you're in groups of people, it doesn't really feel like you're racing the people. It feels like you're just racing the curve the whole time in order to stay around as you're going up or down the stories. If you happen to get bumped and spin out and are unable to fix your vehicle, the employees are wandering about the track and will assist you if you need it. Once your couple minutes are over, they are going to slow down wirelessly the vehicles and herd you back into the pit. And that is it. That is your go-kart experience. That was the mighty Myrtle. It's a good track, don't get me wrong, but the Wild Woody, the one we're going to see next, is by far the better experience, in my opinion. Before we jump on that track, we'll just pan around and see what else they have to offer. We've got some bumper boats, which is a classic. I really haven't seen those operating in a while. Across the street's the Comedy Cabana, if you're wondering. We've got a couple other kiddie rides. Got some Jeeps, some Red Baron airplanes, a carousel, and there's even a juniors racetrack. The height requirement on these is 4 foot tall. This is the Wild Woody. So you may be wondering to yourself, what is the process of riding these go-karts? So how it's going to work is you get in the queue under the sign, go through the stanchions, and you're going to get to an employee and hand them your card. Remember, it's like an arcade card. They're going to swipe it depending on how many people you have, and you get a choice. You can ride a doubles cart or a singles cart. So if you're an adult with a young one, you can actually drive the go-kart with the younger individual sitting with you. There it is right there. The younger steering wheel doesn't do anything. It's just aesthetics, and you control the cart, and you can have a good time. If you're not in a double, you just walk down the line. There's raised platforms, medians, if you will. You walk down them, sit in your car, and just wait for instruction. Seatbelts are very straightforward. Red's your brake, green's your gas, and you just wait for instruction. They're going to let you know what you can do, what you can't do, no cell phones, things like that. Once everyone's ready, they open up the pits and let you out. And then you're on your own to race around the Wild Woody. The thing about this track that makes it better than the Mighty Myrtle, in my opinion, is, well, one side of the track is identical. You go round and round, 3 stories up in the air. But on the way down on the other side, instead of doing a tight left-hand turn all the way down, you actually go down an extremely steep hill, which is fun until you kind of realize that they throttle you when you go down it. That's part of the electric go-kart aspect. It's still a good time. Here it is right here. The first time I went down this, I was quite surprised at how steep it was. Having experienced both the track and the Broadway Grand Prix, it appears to me that the Broadway Grand Prix karts go a little bit faster. It may be because you're on a flat surface the entire time. You're not going up a hill at all, and they're not throttled when you go downhill. That's just the vibe I get personally, that they're a little bit faster over at the Broadway Grand Prix. The Broadway Grand Prix also has a wider selection of tracks to choose from, so they've got variety on their side. But none of their tracks are as interesting aesthetically watching or racing as these two at the track. They're just very different experiences. So this is where you may ask me, hey, Myrtle Man, which one is better? Well, that's a tricky question. I don't consider one better than the other. It just matters what kind of experience are you looking for. If you want an all-day experience, you go to the Broadway Grand Prix. You pay one flat rate, you race all day. If you want a quick, hey, let's go race some go-karts before we get dinner, or after the show, something like that, like if you've got a busy schedule going on, then head over to the track. You can race once, you can race twice. It appeared to be that the lines were not that long. You didn't have to wait. They pitted several lines of go-karts at a time, so it seemed to move a little bit quicker than the Broadway Grand Prix. So that is my advice to you, whether or not you want a long experience or a quick one. Depending on that will determine which track you go for. Also included in the activities at the track, inside that building right there, right in front of us, is an arcade. So once we're done with this race around the Wild Woody, we're going to go over to that arcade, do a lap around it. I'll show you guys what it has to offer. Alright, it's time. You guys know I like a good arcade, so let's head on in and see what they have to offer. If you happen to purchase your point card online, as we did on this day, you go up to these little kiosks and you actually scan the barcode in your email. And underneath this screen, your card's going to come out with your points on it, and you're good to go. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the Track Family Amusement Park, just outside of the city of Myrtle Beach. If you like this kind of thing, let me know. Comment down below, hit the like button, all that, YouTube stuff everyone says at the end of their videos. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and take it easy.